Pay careful attention because this is a revelation that might reshape your entire aging journey. Each evening as you settle down, completely oblivious, an unseen process may be underway, quietly diminishing your body's vital support system, your lean tissue. Many believe muscle depletion is a slow daytime occurrence, possibly tied to reduced physical exertion. But here's the stunning fact: most individuals over 57 fail to grasp a major part of this weakening muscle reduction. The type that robs your vigor, your stability, and your self-sufficiency doesn't occur during your active hours. It takes place while you are deeply asleep. Once you pass 58, your system might forfeit a considerable up to 7% of its muscular structure each 10-year span. Picture this: annually, your bodily strength gradually wanes, not from insufficient daytime care, but due to nighttime conditions. This is more than a slight bother, it's a progressive emergency. Without firm intervention, this nocturnal decline won't cease. It actually intensifies, rendering you more frail, delicate, and diminished as time progresses. Retiring for the night without providing your system the correct nourishment effectively puts your musculature into a deficit state, compelling it to break itself down to endure the nocturnal hours. This vital insight is often overlooked, and the price is their life force. Yet wait, before hopelessness takes root, a ray of optimism appears, and its solution is surprisingly straightforward. Consider the possibility that a single, virtually effortless adjustment to your pre-sleep habits could not only stop this hidden muscular deterioration dead in its path, but potentially start to undo it. Envision waking not feeling depleted, but more powerful, more robust, and with diminished morning itchiness. This is no mere fantasy, it's anchored in developing scientific understanding. Investigators are now demonstrating with persuasive findings that ingesting particular kinds of nourishment shortly before retiring can operate like a potent activator, engaging your body's overnight muscle restoration mechanisms. These are not intricate formulas or pricey nutritional aids, but instead basic, wholesome dietary choices that can initiate profound bodily transformations. They possess the ability to substantially lessen muscle discomfort, boost recovery from daily endeavors, and most critically, assist you in developing and preserving lean body mass while you are immersed in slumber. Therefore, if you are beyond 58 and genuinely committed to not merely enduring your advanced years, but flourishing within them, remaining vigorous, autonomous, and filled with the zest to experience life fully, then this knowledge is utterly essential for you. Welcome to a special presentation from Longevity League, where we translate complex science into clear, usable methods to assist you in aging gracefully, living more dynamically, and regaining your power. Today we explore in depth a condition impacting countless mature adults, yet frequently goes unnoticed: nocturnal muscle diminishment. It's a covert activity your system undertakes, particularly if you are not fortifying it properly prior to slumber. You understand your muscles are not simply passively deteriorating because of your chronological age. They are being actively dismantled, especially if you retire without adequate nutritional fortification. Reflect on this: during sleep, your body goes into a prolonged period without food. For numerous hours, no sustenance enters. If your internal environment lacks readily accessible protein from your evening meal, it must source those crucial amino acids elsewhere to maintain essential functions and mend tissues. And what does it target? Your musculature. It starts to deconstruct its own muscle fibers to obtain the nourishment it urgently requires. This action is termed catabolism, and while it occurs in everyone to some extent, it impacts older individuals with exceptional severity. The reason it is so much more challenging for those past 58 is twofold. First, as we mature, our systems become less adept at processing the protein we ingest. This aggravating state is termed anabolic insensitivity. It signifies that even if you believe your daily protein consumption is adequate, your muscles might not be receiving the complete advantage, especially concerning the vital nighttime healing phase. Second, the cumulative impact of this nightly deconstruction, intensified by anabolic insensitivity, results in a quicker loss of muscle volume and capability, a state technically referred to as sarcopenia. This involves more than just appearing less firm. It's about forfeiting the very bedrock of your movement, your capacity to carry out everyday activities, and your defense against tumbles and ailments. But please do not lose heart, because a direct and potent remedy exists. Particular foods, when consumed tactically around 25 to 55 minutes before you go to bed, can markedly curtail this overnight muscle breakdown. Some of these nutritional champions even proceed further, actively prompting new muscle development while you are fast asleep. Today, we will reveal the 8 most formidable bedtime nourishments scientifically demonstrated to safeguard and even augment your valuable muscles, rated from a commendable number 8 all the way to the clear frontrunner at number 1. And you will definitely want to stay for that leading food, because a new study showed it elevated nighttime muscle protein creation by an astonishing 25%, even in people who were not exercising regularly. So, get a pen and paper ready and prepare to learn how to convert your sleep into an effective muscle regeneration period. Let's commence our list, starting with food number 8, an option wonderfully simple to locate in any food market, exceptionally economical, and remarkably potent in the battle against nocturnal muscle diminishment. It might appear as a classic, an old-fashioned health food, but cultured milk curds have discreetly become one of the premier resources for protecting and even enhancing muscle during sleep. You might be pondering, cultured milk curds? Truly, yes, without a doubt. And here's the science-supported explanation: cultured milk curds are absolutely loaded with a unique protein type known as casein, in contrast to whey protein, which rapidly infuses your system with amino acids and then vanishes almost as swiftly. Casein is the endurance athlete among proteins. It processes very gradually. Envision casein steadily dispensing its muscle, enhancing amino acids like a slow-release infusion over a span of 5 to even 7 hours. This renders it the ideal nighttime sustenance. If whey protein resembles a quick burst, a swift, strong surge, then casein is like a long-lasting ember, offering a continuous supply of nourishment that your muscles urgently need during those extended fasting periods of sleep. An insightful study featured in the European Journal of Geriatric Nutrition looked at adults over 57 who were provided a modest portion of casein, the main protein in cultured milk curds, before retiring. The outcomes were noteworthy. They saw a 29% rise in nocturnal muscle protein creation compared to individuals who consumed nothing. Absorbed that. The group consuming casein didn't merely retain their muscle, they actively augmented it, all while they were resting. This is a hugely significant discovery, particularly for older adults engaging in strength exercises or even for those just aiming to preserve their current power and stability for safe daily navigation. So, what quantity should you target? Begin with approximately half a measuring cup, taken about 25 to 55 minutes before you intend to sleep. Choose unflavored, reduced fat cultured milk curds if you are monitoring calorie intake. If the flavor is somewhat too plain for you, feel free to incorporate a few fresh berries, which also contribute potassium, aiding muscle relaxation, a dash of aromatic nutmeg, or a tiny amount of pure maple syrup for sweetness. Just be sure to keep additions minimal to prevent surplus sugar, which can disrupt sleep. You could even add a small spoonful of flax seeds for an additional supply of dietary fiber and beneficial omega-3s. And here is another superb advantage. Cultured milk curds are a natural supply of L-tryptophan, an amino acid recognized for encouraging sleep. So, it's not only performing miracles for your muscles, it's also assisting your mind in unwinding, setting the stage for a more peaceful night. Moreover, it's exceptionally easy to process, even for individuals with delicate digestive systems. Many seniors who face sleep difficulties or awaken feeling rigid and achy have discovered that including this single simple food in their evening practice makes a distinct improvement. Cultured milk curds. They are budget-friendly, simple to fix, supported by robust science, and potent enough to protect your muscles throughout the night. If you've been awakening feeling less strong or observing a gradual reduction in your power, this might be the unassuming, effective solution your body has been urgently seeking. Arriving at number 7 on our compilation are hard-cooked eggs, undeniably one of the most concentrated, nutrient-rich, and muscle-shielding foods for a pre-slumber snack. They might be diminutive, but do not let their modest appearance mislead you. Their strength is substantial. Each individual egg provides roughly 5.5 grams of superior complete protein. Complete signifies it encompasses all 9 of the vital amino acids your system requires to maintain and develop lean muscle, and it offers them in the perfect proportions for ideal absorption. But what renders eggs especially beneficial for individuals past 58 is their abundant supply of leucine. Leucine is a uniquely potent amino acid that functions almost like a primary activator, initiating the mechanisms for muscle development within your cells. As we progress through our later decades, our bodies frequently become less receptive to the protein we ingest. A larger quantity of protein, and specifically superior quality protein abundant in leucine, is needed to elicit the same muscle-building reaction that was more readily achieved in our youth. This, as we've noted, is that irksome anabolic insensitivity. Eggs present a superb answer to this challenge. They supply a strong measure of complete, effective protein that is readily assimilated and processed by the body, creating a noticeable impact even in small quantities. Take, for example, a 2022 study reported in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry. This investigation observed a cohort of adults over the age of 57 who ate whole eggs before going to bed over an 11-week time frame. The outcomes were notable. The egg-consuming cohort displayed a 17% greater muscle retention rate compared to the cohort that did not incorporate eggs into their bedtime practice. Furthermore, the egg cohort also demonstrated increased levels of IGF-1, an essential growth factor that aids tissue mending and which, regrettably, diminishes naturally with age. Higher IGF-1 leads to improved muscle recuperation, reduced morning discomfort, and quicker rebuilding of muscle tissue during sleep. The greatest advantage: eggs are exceptionally practical. Simply cook a set at the start of the week, shell them, and they are prepared. Eating 1 to 2 hard-cooked eggs about 25 minutes before bed is typically adequate for most seniors. They are gentle on the digestive system, remarkably deficient in sugar and starch, and will not induce the unwanted blood glucose surges that many other late evening snacks might. If you wish to boost their advantages even more, consider adding a little ground turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. Turmeric acts as a natural inflammation reducer, and black pepper greatly assists your body in absorbing curcumin, turmeric's active beneficial element. You could also accompany your eggs with a small portion of avocado if you desire more healthy fats or wish to feel satiated longer. The beneficial fats in avocado can moderately slow digestion, offering a more continuous energy provision through the night. Hard-cooked eggs are also a prime selection for seniors who might not have a substantial appetite late in the evening. No cooking or significant tidying is needed, just shell and consume. It's that straightforward. Whether you're mending from some physical activity, managing persistent joint discomfort, or merely aiming to uphold your invaluable autonomy, these small protein sources can assist you in reaching your objectives one fulfilling morsel at a time. So, to summarize, easy to process, full of muscle, preserving leucine and complete protein, and scientifically validated to enhance hormone levels and curtail muscle depletion, hard-cooked eggs could very well be the most straightforward, most effective pre-sleep snack you've been missing. Next on our compilation at number 6, we feature tuna preserved in olive oil. Now, I understand your potential thought. Tuna might not be the initial item that comes to mind when envisioning a calming pre-sleep snack. Nevertheless, concerning the vital mission of safeguarding your muscle volume after age 58, this particular blend of superior protein and beneficial fats is an absolute dynamo, a genuine power couple for your muscles. Let's examine precisely why this combination is so potent. Tuna itself ranks among the leanest, most protein-rich foods easily obtainable. In just a small portion, you are furnishing your body with a substantial quantity of complete, high-grade protein. And crucially, it is rich in that vital amino acid leucine, which, as we've established, is the primary initiator for muscle development and mending. But here is where it becomes especially noteworthy and why the olive oil aspect is vital. When you select tuna preserved in olive oil instead of water, you provide your body a strong twofold advantage. The olive oil adds healthy monounsaturated fats. These fats are instrumental in decelerating the digestive process. This slower digestion ensures that the amino acids from the tuna are introduced into your circulation more steadily, offering a continuous flow of nutrients to nourish and mend your muscles throughout the entire night. A 2019 study featured in the esteemed International Journal of Human Nutrition specifically evaluated this exact pairing, protein combined with healthy fat in mature adults. The participants who ingested a high-protein, omega-3 abundant food like tuna in olive oil before retiring experienced an impressive 30% superior rise in nocturnal muscle protein creation compared to those who took a low-fat protein alternative or had nothing prior to sleeping. And the advantages did not cease there. The investigators also noted that the group consuming tuna in olive oil mentioned less morning discomfort, displayed better vitamin D assimilation, also vital for muscle wellness, and showed improved markers of inflammation. In essence, they didn't merely sleep, they slept more soundly, recuperated more quickly, and maintained more of their precious muscle tissue. Here is how to implement this effectively for yourself. Consistently choose tuna preserved in olive oil, not brine. That oil is essential for moderating absorption and fueling your nocturnal recovery. Take out roughly half a standard can. You can consume it directly, or, if you desire something more filling, pair it with a few segments of fresh cucumber or a couple of multigrain crisps. If you wish to introduce some zest, a small dash of fresh lime juice or a tiny bit of sea salt can make a significant difference. It is crucial to steer clear of mayonnaise or other rich, creamy dressings, as these are frequently harder to process late in the evening and could potentially disrupt your sleep quality. Here is a less recognized but important detail. Tuna is one of the most abundant natural whole food supplies of leucine, and recall, as we mature, our systems necessitate more leucine to initiate the same muscle enhancing effect that was more readily achieved in our youth. Securing an ample supply of leucine particularly at night, directly aids in combating sarcopenia, the clinical designation for age-associated muscle diminishment. So if you are dedicated to preserving your strength, your mobility, and your autonomy for the longest possible duration, this isn't merely a casual snack, it's a calculated measure to strengthen your body against the unceasing progression of time. To recap, the tuna offers pure, effective protein, and the olive oil decelerates digestion and aids absorption. Together, they form a potent unit that nourishes your muscles throughout the night. This combination doesn't just assist you in waking with more vigor, it actively helps your body recuperate better, move more fluidly, and ultimately feel improved. We are progressing up the compilation, and our subsequent 2 selections provide creamy contentment and soothing warmth, all while diligently benefiting your muscles. Claiming the number 5 position is Greek-style yogurt, a wonderfully rich and fulfilling pre-sleep snack that contributes far more to your body than just its pleasant taste. Greek-style yogurt is not simply another milk-based product. It is distinguished as one of the most comprehensive, well-rounded, and potent foods you can opt for before sleep, especially if your main objective is to preserve or even reconstruct precious muscle volume after age 58. What renders Greek-style yogurt such a nutritional dynamo is its distinctive and advantageous mixture of elements. Firstly, it is abundant in casein protein, that slow-processing champion we encountered earlier with cultured milk curds, which is vital for muscle preservation during the extended nocturnal fast. Secondly, it is full of probiotics, those beneficial microorganisms that greatly enhance digestion and improve your body's capacity to assimilate nutrients from all the food you consume. Superior assimilation means more of those muscle-constructing components actually reach their intended destination. And thirdly, it is a superb source of calcium, which is not only crucial for robust bones but also performs a key function in muscle contractions and nerve operation. It truly represents a complete package of superior protein, digestive system support, and vital minerals, all conveniently contained in one tasty serving. Unlike standard yogurt, Greek-style yogurt undergoes a more intensive straining procedure. This procedure eliminates much of the whey, lactose and fluid, yielding a product that contains considerably more protein, less sugar, and a much denser, more satisfying consistency. This concentration of protein is precisely what makes it so advantageous for nighttime muscle mending. A clinical investigation reported in Nutritional Science Today examined the impacts of a high-protein snack derived from Greek-style yogurt taken before bedtime by a group of mature adults. After a span of merely 5 weeks, the participants achieved some genuinely remarkable outcomes: a 28% surge in nocturnal muscle protein creation, enhanced mitochondrial function within their muscles, indicating their muscle cells were operating more effectively and generating more energy, and they even mentioned possessing more vigor the subsequent day. That's accurate. This simple pre-sleep snack didn't just aid their recovery, it assisted them in waking with increased strength and a greater feeling of vitality. This is especially significant for seniors who frequently encounter morning tiredness, rigidity, or a general sensation of weakness, even after what they consider a full night's rest. The Greek-style yogurt wasn't merely nourishing their muscles, it was helping their muscle cells operate better at a foundational level. Here is how to derive the utmost advantage from this creamy food. Intend to consume about half a measuring cup of unflavored, unsweetened Greek-style yogurt roughly 30 to 50 minutes before you retire. It is essential to steer clear of the sweetened versions, as they are frequently laden with added sugars that can disturb your sleep rhythms and diminish some of the recovery advantages. If you find plain yogurt somewhat too sharp, you can readily improve the taste by incorporating a bit of cinnamon, a few fresh berries which also contribute antioxidants, or a single droplet of natural vanilla essence. Wish to enhance it further? Add a teaspoonful of chia. These small seeds provide valuable fiber, plant-derived omega-3 fatty acids, and further assist in digestion. Recall, the calcium in Greek-style yogurt doesn't only bolster bone integrity, it is also closely involved in managing muscle contractions and nerve impulses. This can result in fewer nocturnal cramps and a more consistent, undisturbed sleep cycle. And do not disregard the significant influence of those probiotics. A flourishing gut environment has been scientifically associated with improved muscle metabolism, more efficient nutrient uptake from all your meals, and even diminished systemic inflammation, all elements that directly bolster your strength, recovery, and general wellness as you mature. So in truth, Greek-style yogurt isn't just a muscle food, it's an ally for your entire body. To summarize, it is rich in slow-processing casein protein, packed with gut-beneficial probiotics, gentle on the digestive system, and genuinely delightful to consume. Greek-style yogurt constitutes an ideal, effortless nocturnal snack, particularly for seniors eager to support muscle mending, improve digestion, and elevate their energy levels. Securing the number 4 position is warm milk blended with turmeric, a traditional pre-sleep beverage that extends far beyond merely assisting you in nodding off. This straightforward, comforting mixture achieves something quite remarkable for individuals over 5'8". It aids in safeguarding precious muscle tissue, actively alleviates inflammation throughout the system, and notably enhances the quality of your restorative slumber, all concurrently. Let's examine how this golden preparation performs its wonders. Milk itself is a natural provider of casein protein. Similar to the Greek-style yogurt and cultured milk curds we've previously covered, this offers that gradual, consistent release of amino acids vital for nocturnal muscle mending. But milk also harbors other valuable nutrients: calcium, essential for both muscle operation and bone integrity; tryptophan, an amino acid famed for fostering relaxation and sleep; and frequently vitamin D if added, which supports muscle capability and immune wellness. The custom of consuming warm milk before retiring has long been employed to help individuals relax and de-stress. But when you are past 58, it assumes an even more crucial function. It supplies your body with the vital fuel it requires to mend and reconstruct muscle tissue while you are resting. Now, let's address the highlight of this beverage: turmeric. Turmeric harbors a potent bioactive substance named curcumin. Curcumin is among nature's most formidable natural anti-inflammatory compounds. This is exceedingly important because persistent low-intensity inflammation is a primary factor behind muscle deconstruction, joint discomfort, and slower recuperation in mature adults. When you merge the anti-inflammatory strength of curcumin with the muscle-bolstering protein from milk, your body gains a synergistic advantage: the nutrients it needs to recuperate and reconstruct, combined with a decrease in the inflammation that can obstruct these actions and induce discomfort. A 2023 study reported in Neuronutrition Review discovered that older adults who drank a small, protein-rich beverage before bed saw a 35% enhancement in nocturnal muscle protein creation. When curcumin from turmeric was incorporated into this pre-sleep regimen, the group also mentioned less morning rigidity, diminished joint ache, and displayed fewer biochemical indicators of muscle inflammation. This is not merely an old traditional cure, it's a genuine, science-validated bedtime practice that yields concrete results for muscle wellness and overall ease. Here is how to prepare your own golden pre-sleep drink. Mildly heat 1 cup of milk. Refrain from boiling it, just warm it gently. For optimal outcomes, think about using organic milk, or if you have reactions to standard dairy, A2 type milk might be a superior choice. Mix in about 1.4 teaspoon of ground turmeric. Vitally include a tiny bit of black pepper. The piperine in black pepper significantly boosts your body's capacity to assimilate and use the beneficial curcumin from the turmeric. Optionally, you can incorporate a very small amount of honey for a hint of sweetness, but always use it sparingly to prevent excess sugar. Combine everything thoroughly and drink it slowly about 25 minutes before you intend to go to bed. If you are lactose intolerant, do not fret, you can still reap benefits. You can employ plant-derived milk substitutes like unsweetened almond milk or oat beverage. Just ensure to select versions that are enriched with calcium and ideally include some added protein, perhaps from soy or pea sources. While these plant-based options will not possess the identical casein profile as dairy milk, they can still offer valuable muscle support, particularly when paired with the anti-inflammatory potency of turmeric. This comforting beverage is truly greater than the sum of its constituents. The milk supplies those slow-release amino acids for muscle mending. The turmeric actively functions to lessen inflammation and relieve joint discomfort. And the gentle heat helps to soothe your nervous system, readying your body for profound, restorative slumber. Recall, muscle does not actually develop during your physical activities. It develops while you rest, recuperate, and furnish your body with the vital construction materials it needs. And this golden beverage achieves precisely that, naturally and potently. So, if you are seeking a nocturnal ritual that not only calms your mind but also nourishes your muscles and assists you in sleeping more soundly, a warm cup of milk with turmeric could be the ideal solution you've been searching for. Our compilation progresses with a food that is rich, nutty, and absolutely filled with beneficial fats, magnesium, and considerable muscle-preserving strength, all conveniently contained in a single spoonful. Let's explore the advantages of almond spread. Capturing the number 3 position is almond spread, a dense, creamy, and wonderfully slow-processing dynamo that is perfectly suited for safeguarding your muscles through the night. It might appear as just another palatable spread, But almond spread harbors a distinctive and potent combination of nutrients that actively bolster muscle recuperation, enhance your sleep quality, and even assist in curtailing muscle breakdown while you are at rest. Let's begin by examining the fundamental aspects that make almond spread so advantageous. It is abundant in healthy monounsaturated fats which, as we've noted, perform a crucial function in decelerating digestion. This guarantees a steady, prolonged provision of energy and nutrients throughout the nocturnal hours. It also offers a decent supply of plant-derived protein to help nourish your muscles. Furthermore, almond spread is a prime source of magnesium, a mineral absolutely essential for muscle relaxation and capable of significantly improving sleep quality. Lastly, it includes vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that aids tissue mending and shields your cells from harm. This notable blend of fats, protein, magnesium, and vitamin E renders almond spread an ideal snack for fostering overnight recuperation. Unlike sugary treats that can induce a swift surge in your blood glucose followed by an energy slump, frequently waking you in the process, almond spread delivers stable, continuous fuel that your muscles can use for hours, particularly during that vital fasting interval while you sleep. A 2021 study featured in the publication Nutritional Advances followed a cohort of mature adults who integrated a small quantity of almond-derived fat, like that in almond spread, into their nightly practice. The outcomes were quite revealing. They demonstrated a 15% betterment in nocturnal nitrogen balance, a key scientific indicator of improved muscle retention. Additionally, they showed markedly lower concentrations of cortisol, the stress hormone notorious for inducing muscle breakdown, especially during periods of rest or tension. In essence, the almond spread didn't just nourish their muscles, it actively shielded them from stress, induced deconstruction, helped them preserve more of their existing protein, and fostered a deeper, more restorative rest. It's wonderfully easy to integrate this into your practice. Here's the procedure. Consume about 1 tablespoon of almond spread approximately 25 minutes before you retire. You can savor it plain, directly from the spoon, or if you desire a bit more texture, spread it on a small piece of wholemeal bread, a couple of apple segments, or a few crackers made from oats or seeds. Just ensure you are selecting natural almond spread, the type where the oil might separate and require mixing. It is very crucial to steer clear of brands containing added sugar, hydrogenated fats, or other superfluous additives, as those can swiftly transform a healthy food into something far less advantageous. One of the frequently overlooked yet highly important advantages of almond spread is its substantial magnesium supply. Magnesium performs a vital function in aiding muscle relaxation, calming your nervous system, and averting those disruptive nocturnal cramps or sensations of agitation. If you are someone who often awakens during the night or struggles to achieve truly deep, invigorating sleep, this single mineral might create a much more significant impact than you suspect. Moreover, the beneficial fats in almond spread help maintain stable blood sugar levels throughout the night, which translates to fewer nocturnal awakenings due to abrupt energy dips or decreases in blood glucose. Almond spread is also a superb choice for individuals who do not particularly prefer consuming full meals late in the evening. If your appetite usually wanes at night, or if you simply don't wish to chew extensively before bed, a single spoonful of nutrient-rich almond spread can offer serious nutritional advantages with minimal exertion. To summarize, almond spread is rich in slow, processing healthy fats and plant-derived protein. It actively supports muscle mending and curtails stress-associated muscle deconstruction, and it assists you in sleeping more profoundly while keeping you satiated for longer. Almond spread may not be prominent, but it's a discreet, potent, and effective partner in the continuous battle against age-related muscle diminishment. Now let's proceed to food number 2, a beverage that is distinctively sharp and zesty, yet is surprisingly potent at relieving discomfort, dramatically enhancing sleep, and significantly elevating your nocturnal muscle recuperation. Let's discuss the remarkable advantages of tart cherry concentrate. Securing the esteemed number 2 spot on our compilation is tart cherry concentrate, a formidable, natural drink that achieves much more than just aiding your slumber. It actively assists your muscles in recovering, improves joint comfort, and helps your body in reconstructing itself overnight. This is not merely a fashionable health beverage seen on digital platforms. Tart cherry concentrate is one of the most scientifically validated nocturnal aids available for mature adults, particularly those contending with persistent muscle ache, subpar sleep quality, or ongoing inflammation. Tart cherries harbor exceptional substances called anthocyanins. These are natural botanical pigments that have incredibly robust antioxidant and anti-inflammatory characteristics. Consider them your body's internal protection unit, combating harm and soothing irritation. In addition to these potent anthocyanins, tart cherries are also a natural provider of melatonin, the exact hormone your body manufactures to indicate it's time for sleep and to manage your sleep activity rhythms. Here's why this blend is so exceptionally advantageous. Reduced inflammation directly results in less muscle breakdown and diminished joint ache. Increased melatonin naturally fosters better, more profound sleep. And as we understand, superior sleep unequivocally means enhanced muscle recuperation and development. It's an ideal convergence of benefits, all functioning synergistically in the most optimal manner to bolster your health. A 2020 study reported in the Performance and Nutrition Journal observed a group of adults over the age of 52 who consumed tart cherry concentrate before retiring. After merely a few weeks of this straightforward measure, they experienced some truly notable enhancements. They mentioned 30% less muscle ache in the morning, a significant 12% betterment in their overall sleep quality, and they possessed higher concentrations of both melatonin and beneficial antioxidants in their circulation. The investigators attributed these impressive outcomes to tart cherry concentrate's remarkable capacity to lessen oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a primary cause of muscle loss, inflammation, and slower recuperation processes, especially in older individuals. Here is how to integrate tart cherry concentrate correctly into your routine for maximal advantage. Drink about 3 to 5 ounces of 100% pure tart cherry concentrate approximately 30 to 50 minutes before you intend to go to bed. It is very crucial to verify that the product label specifically indicates tart cherry, the frequently Montmorency variety, and that it is free of added sweeteners. You wish to steer clear of sweet cherry juice or any sugary concoctions or blends, as the added sugar will negate many of the advantages. The taste will likely be quite acidic or sharp, and that is actually a positive indication. That characteristic tartness signals you are obtaining the genuine article, rich in those beneficial substances. If you find the flavor somewhat too intense by itself, you can readily weaken it with a small quantity of water, or even combine it with a dash of lime juice for a slightly more invigorating taste. You do not need to consume a large volume. A small, potent serving is generally adequate to elicit all the positive impacts. Tart cherry concentrate doesn't only provide advantages for your muscles, it is also a recognized enhancer of joint wellness. This is particularly crucial for seniors who might be facing muscle loss and weakness around joints that are already uncomfortable or affected by arthritis. By actively diminishing inflammation, tart cherry concentrate can help to relieve pressure and discomfort in regions like the knees, hips and shoulders, enabling your body to move more freely and, importantly, to mend itself more effectively while you are resting. And recall, enhanced sleep quality also signifies your body is likely manufacturing higher amounts of growth hormone. Your body dispenses the bulk of its daily growth hormone during the phases of deep sleep, and this hormone is absolutely vital for tissue mending and muscle reconstruction. So, if you struggle with falling asleep, remaining asleep through the night, or awakening feeling genuinely revitalized, tart cherry concentrate might be one of the simplest, most potent natural solutions you've ever encountered. It is gentle on the system, not habit-forming, and helps to bolster your body's natural healing mechanisms at the cellular level. Most importantly for our discussion, it helps safeguard your precious muscle volume during those susceptible nocturnal hours when many seniors unknowingly forfeit it. To recap its primary advantages, tart cherry concentrate is rich in antioxidants, a natural source of melatonin, and packed with anti-inflammatory substances. It effectively alleviates ache, supports joint recuperation, and naturally enhances both sleep quality and consequently muscle mending. Tart cherry concentrate is a discrete powerhouse in the realm of nocturnal nutrition, offering profound benefits with a simple drink. And now it is time for the ultimate, most potent food on our comprehensive compilation, the #1 scientifically endorsed food for safeguarding, reconstructing, and fortifying your muscles after the age of 58, even remarkably without incorporating additional physical activity. Let's discuss the unmatched advantages of a whey protein beverage. Finally, we reach the premier food, the clear champion for conserving muscle, significantly enhancing strength, and actively decelerating age-related muscle diminishment while you sleep. A basic whey protein beverage. Now you might be contemplating, isn't protein supplement just for weightlifters and dedicated sports people? That was once a widespread misunderstanding, but no longer. In reality, for individuals over the age of 58, ingesting a whey protein beverage before retiring might just be the single most formidable nutritional resource available to effectively combat muscle loss and foster strength. Even if you are not presently undertaking demanding weight training or vigorous exercise regimens, let's delve into precisely why whey protein claims this leading position. Whey protein is exceptionally abundant in all 9 vital amino acids, the foundational components of muscle. Nevertheless, what renders it especially powerful is its notably high measure of leucine, As we have stressed throughout, leucine is the particular amino acid that directly initiates muscle protein creation, the very action of constructing new muscle tissue. Consider leucine as an essential activation mechanism. When sufficient leucine is available and it is engaged, your body starts the muscle construction process. Without an adequate quantity of leucine, that mechanism effectively remains disengaged, irrespective of how much total protein you might consume. After the age of 58, a condition known as anabolic insensitivity develops, signifying your body becomes less receptive and responsive to lower concentrations of leucine. This is why you generally require more of the appropriate kind of protein, particularly protein abundant in leucine, and you require it at the opportune moment to elicit the same muscle mending and growth actions that happened more effortlessly in your younger decades. And one of the most vital, opportune moments is just prior to bed, to sustain your body through the extended nocturnal fast. A pivotal 2022 clinical investigation featured in the highly regarded Nutrition and Metabolism journal specifically assessed the impacts of consuming a 30 mg whey protein beverage before bed in adults over the age of 63. The outcomes were truly extraordinary. The participants saw a 24% surge in nocturnal muscle protein creation. They also displayed lower concentrations of biochemical indicators that signify muscle deconstruction. And throughout the study's duration, they showed quantifiable enhancements in their physical power, walking pace, and stability. Even more remarkably, these notable improvements happened without the participants undertaking any supplementary exercise regimen beyond their usual daily movements. Just conceive the potential combined advantages if this nutritional approach were paired with a consistent walking practice or a straightforward strength development program. Here is how to integrate a whey protein beverage correctly into your evening practice for ideal outcomes. Combine 1 serving of superior whey protein isolate with water or unsweetened almond beverage. Drink this beverage approximately 25 to 55 minutes before your bedtime. If you find a plain beverage somewhat unexciting or desire something a bit more substantial, you can readily mix it with half a banana for added potassium and richness, a spoonful of almond spread for beneficial fats and more protein, or a dash of cinnamon or pure vanilla essence for taste. The aim is to maintain it relatively light and easily processed. Steer clear of adding substantial quantities of sugar, rich cream, or utilizing commercial mass-building shakes, which are frequently filled with superfluous calories and additives. For those individuals who might have lactose intolerance, selecting whey protein isolate or hydrolyzed whey protein is a prime choice. These types of whey have had most of the lactose eliminated, rendering them much gentler on the digestive system while still providing the same potent muscle-conserving strength. Whey protein doesn't just halt muscle loss, it actively functions to construct new muscle tissue even while you are deeply asleep. It also bolsters the natural discharge of growth hormone and IGF-1, 2 vital anabolic substances that your body manufactures during profound sleep. These hormones are absolutely crucial for recuperation, tissue mending, and muscle reconstruction. And unlike making and processing a whole food meal late at night, a protein beverage is incredibly simple to make, very easy to process, and straightforward to make a regular part of your daily practice, even on those evenings when your appetite might be diminished. So, why does the whey protein beverage secure our #1 position? Because it comprehensively fulfills every single criterion for effective nocturnal muscle support. It is exceptionally high in rapidly acting, easily assimilated muscle-building protein. It is packed with leucine, the key amino acid to initiate muscle development. It is practical and highly potent for seniors. And most importantly, it is scientifically validated to conserve and reconstruct muscle overnight. If you are searching for a simple yet profoundly powerful method to safeguard and boost your strength after 58, this is unequivocally the answer. Now you understand the vital reality: muscle diminishment doesn't only occur during your active periods. A considerable amount of it can happen covertly while you rest. But equipped with this insight and the correct nutritional approaches, you can actively safeguard, effectively reconstruct, and even grow more powerful with each subsequent night. Let's swiftly review the 8 most formidable pre-sleep foods we've explored for seniors aiming to counteract muscle loss: a whey protein beverage, tart cherry concentrate, almond spread, warm milk with turmeric Greek-style yogurt, tuna in olive oil, hard-cooked eggs, and cultured milk curds. These are not merely passing dietary fads, they are functional, potent resources, strongly supported by scientific investigation, relied upon due to their dependable outcomes, and specifically formulated to assist you in aging with greater strength and preserving your vitality. So, here is your personal task commencing this evening: select just one of these foods from the compilation. Attempt to integrate it into your practice before retiring. Observe how you feel upon waking, your energy reserves, any decrease in rigidity or discomfort, and your general state of wellness. And if you found this knowledge beneficial and empowering, please ensure to subscribe to Longevity League for further insights. Post a comment below sharing your experiences or inquiries, and forward this segment to someone dear to you who could also gain from this information. Recall, it's a potent truth: you are not too advanced in age to become stronger. Far from it.